Okay, all right. Welcome everyone. This is Clement Momola. I'm so glad to be your host once again tonight on this quick market update. We were make some able to make some profits profits. We're able to make some profits from V75 today. We entered it and we're able to make some profits. We're able to make some profits today. All right, so let me just go run through how we entered and where we entered and where we closed. All right, so hold on for me. Let me remove that. Okay. So we saw this yesterday. I posted it on the group. That's a divergence. And whenever you have a divergence, you're expecting a sell in the market. So whenever you see a divergence like this, you're expecting the market that is going up to sell. All right. I didn't draw that properly. Let me draw it again. When you have a divergence like this, okay, that means the market is going up, coming down, going up, coming down, going up, coming down, and then you're expecting it to sell. And as that is moving, the RSI is going the opposite way, all right? So as this one is going up, RSI is coming down. So that's what we call a divergence. And that was what happened right here and right here. Okay. So the opposite, which is divergence, divergence always indicates a buy, all right? So this is how divergence looks like. So it's coming down, and then you're expecting a buy, and this one is going up instead. All right, so that is that. All right, so we saw this yesterday. I posted it and I told us that we're going to be selling. I drew this line. I drew this line right here, and we entered around here. Yes, we entered around here and we closed around here. All right, so that was about. Let me check again. That was between where we entered and where we closed. That was close to 5,000 pips. That was close to 5,000 pips, and we're able to enter three positions. All right, so we entered one here, then we entered another one here, and entered another one around here. All right, so we closed it right here. Okay, we closed because of this. We closed because of this support there. It was holding as it's held as a resistance around here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and this area is looking like a support that you must not take for granted. All right, so you must not take that support level for granted. All right, so what I am waiting for now on V75 is quite simple. Basically, I am simply waiting for V75 to break this area. All right, so if this area is broken, then we are coming down here. However, if this area is not broken, you can expect a bounce up. Now, on the long term basis, what should we expect? Should we expect a continuation or a rejection? If you come down to as low as weekly chart, this is the weekly chart, all right? So the weekly chart is showing for us this. This is what we have on the weekly chart. I remember this analysis I did. Was it last week now that I said I'm expecting V75 to still come down? All right, before we have an offshoot above. You can watch my last two videos, not my last video now, my last two videos. My last two videos, I did this analysis here, and I think someone on the course screenshotted it so we can use it as a reference. Okay, so this is what I am expecting on a weekly chart. Now, if this is what I'm expecting on a weekly chart, and if this week closes with this bearish candle, this bearish candle if it closes with this bearish candle, that means we are expecting a sell, a continuation in the sell. And the sell can come as far as this level. Okay, it can come as far as this level. All right, you can see that level that I just drew there. It can come as far as that level. Okay, so the sell can come as far as that level, and that is a whole lot of money if we get it right. All right, so not everybody has the patience of entering the sell and forgetting about it, because this might not happen. This might not happen until next year. All right, so we just have to see how we can leverage, except something like this happens, we now have a serious push down, and that can happen next week. All right, except for that, all right, it's not wise to keep our hopes too high in that regard. All we know is that it's a long-term sell, and we're going to wait for the sell to give us a good entry. All right, so on the daily chart, right, on the daily chart here, this is what we have. This is what we have right here. Okay, so you see how it came out and then it came back inside. I was not expecting this to happen, and this gave us a lot of losses last week. We lost a lot of money on this last week. I was not expecting that. That is what they call that is what they call okay. That is what they call we call that overlap. Yeah, we call that an overlap. All right. So I was not expecting that. Okay. Now that we have this, what should we expect? I've said it already. I'm expecting price to break this region. You can see that price is finding it a little bit difficult to break this area. So with what is going on here, it will not be bad to expect a retracement around this level. If price cannot break above this level, if price cannot break above this level, then we can have another entry around here. We can have another entry around here, and then we continue our sell. So that's for V75. That's for V75. It is still a long-term sell. So let's just wait for a suitable entry for us to sell. Now for step index is still not giving us is yet to give us a final signal to get in. Now something interesting is happening on the weekly chart. You can see that on the weekly chart, and you can see this on the weekly chart. This is a convergence happening live on the weekly chart. This is rare. It is rare to see a convergence or a divergence on the weekly chart. All right, this is really rare. This is a convergence happening on a weekly chart, and with this convergence now, we can rest assured that price is going to buy first to this level, and if this level is broken, then we have an offshoot right there. Now, this is likely going to happen when V75 starts its own sell. All right, like I already said in several times that whenever V75 is buying, step index is selling, and whenever step index is selling, V75 is buying. Now that V75 is giving us a signal to sell and sell and sell, we are waiting for step index to give us a signal to buy and buy and buy. So let us go down to daily. On daily chart, it is still not, we don't have a clear sell yet, except for this convergence also. You can see that convergence, even though it is not as sharp as even though it's not as sharp as I expect it to be. But let us go to 8 hours, okay, rather 4 hours. Now on the 4 hour chart, you can see that our convergence is not that obvious. Our convergence is not that obvious. Okay, so I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait on step index to finish all it's trying to do, but I'm going to get my final confirmation to buy once price is above this level. Once price is above this level, I'm going to get my final confirmation to buy step index, and you can see how that is forming a falling wedge for us there. You can see that falling, excuse me, you can see that falling wedge there. Okay, so basically I'm waiting for step index to break above and then we buy. Now for jump 25, It's quite painful that I closed my jump 25 early around here. I closed it around here, and I checked it today and I saw this, and that was what I was expecting it to do initially. It was quite painful actually, but then we move on. We look for the next opportunity that we can take advantage of. Now on the daily chart, step index jump 25 is still looking. Let me remove this one. It's still looking bearish actually. Still looking bearish on daily chart. Okay, this is on the daily chart. This is the channel. So I'm still expecting job 25 to come down as far as this level, but then we might see a retracement back up before we continue down. So let's just wait for that retracement to happen, and then we can take advantage. Something like this might happen there. It came down, came back up, came down, came back up, came down, came back up before it finally touched down. So something like this might happen, even though I hope it's not as bad as this area here. I hope it's not as bad as there, because what we are saying there is that it will come down, go up, come down, go up, and then come down finally. That is really, really not an interesting sight. But then let us wait and see what is going to happen on that. Now, if we go down to the 4-hour chart, we would see that a retracement is going on right now on the market, and it is better we wait for the retracement to complete before we decide to either sell or just before we decide to join the market. All right. So I think we have picked something in tonight's analysis. So I hope to see us in my next video. If you missed the beginning, the replay is going to be on my YouTube channel. Now, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, now you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. I would love to have you as a subscriber so that you will not miss my future videos. All right. So I hope to see you some other time. Have a wonderful night.